All right. So today we're going to have a first look at the Smith& Wesson Model 627 VComp by the Performance Center. Um, and unfortunately, due to the extremely cold weather, we're not at the range being able to demonstrate its capabilities. But due to the fact that there are very few reviews online about this model, I thought it might be nice to take a couple of minutes to show you guys the features of this fine piece of machinery by Smith& Wesson. It is an N-frame 357 revolver, so it's a full-size frame. Has a weight of about 48 ounces unloaded. So it's got some nice, some meat to it. It's a hefty revolver. It gets its name, the V-Comp, for two of its features. One, the compensator up front, and two, the full underlug that is built in profile as one piece. Um, it gives it a real unique look. Have the cylinder open, you can see the 8-round capacity. That's a lot of firepower. 8 full house 357 Magnums. You've got some serious firepower in your hands. The ejector rod shroud goes all the way through, so it gives it a nice look. And because of the ball detent up front for your locking mechanism, it does not rely on the old school ejector rod lockup. It's nice and tight. You also have a Hogue conversion grip, comes factory by Smith & Wesson, has the Smith & Wesson logo up here, and it is a overmolded rubber grip with finger grooves. The same grips I put on all of my revolvers, so save me the trouble of having to order something aftermarket and put it on. So that's a nice feature, at least for me. The finish is a melanite coating as opposed to your regular bead blasted and then blued finish that you find with most of the revolvers that appear this color. So it's not blued, it is coated. This gives it a little more durability and is less apt to oxidize or leave fingerprints. You always have to be concerned about with regular blued finishes. The trigger is always something to discuss with Performance Center models. They do typically come pretty nice right out of the box, and this one is no exception to that rule. It pulls at about, let's say, 10 pounds in double action, and single action is, I'll show you, is really light with almost no movement. Let's get it there. Almost no movement. So it's probably a 2-pound single action with no creep. It does have a trigger over travel stop on it that is adjustable. You can back it out a little bit or tighten it up. It came tuned just fine from the factory on this model. As they're not the budget handgun, the MSRP is somewhere around the 1500 mark. There are not a whole lot of them available as I searched online. I think there were, at this point now, 7 of them available in the country through all of the major online links. Now there's 6 because I have one. The compensated barrel should mitigate any recoil that may remain that the 48-ounce frame and barrel itself don't absorb naturally. The cylinder is stainless steel, bead blasted with a matte finish, as is the compensator. This compensator is removable. You see, with an Allen wrench, you can unscrew that and put on a regular end cap that is not compensated, and it's just about maybe the third of an inch shorter than this compensator is. The cylinder release is bead blasted stainless, as are the hammer and trigger. So it's got a pretty unique look to it. It is a round butt revolver, as most Smith& Wesson new products are round butt, but the conversion grip, gives it square. You can put whatever fits best for you in your hand on an end frame, aftermarket or other Smith & Wesson styles. But this one really feels good and is quite effective in what it does. The sights are nice. You have a dovetailed front sight, red ramp, and the dovetail sight, instead of the pinned sight, allows you to drift it to fine tune your accuracy. But that's, I don't see much of a reason when you have a fully adjustable rear sight for both windage and elevation, the classic adjustable sights that come on most of your Smith & Wesson models. The real purpose of this gun is designed for competition target shooting. And, with its heft and its smooth trigger, it is quite an accurate piece. Great home defense gun because you do have a nice long barrel, 5-inch, so you'll get the maximum velocity out of whatever your defensive ammo is. I use the Critical Defense by Hornaday. It packs a serious punch and is surprisingly easy to shoot through something this hefty. So that's nice. I wouldn't say it's a great everyday carry gun simply because of its size and its mass. If this were your everyday carry gun, all you would be able to do in life would be carry. You probably couldn't function as a normal person while carrying this. I carry a smaller Smith & Wesson as an EDC. This is a great home defense gun when you are at home and not using it at the range for its primary purpose of accurate target shooting. The cylinder is cut for moon clips, which is a nice added feature, especially if you're in competition shooting for very fast reloading. But what I like about the moon clip cut in this particular revolver is that you don't have to use moon clips. The ejector star will still empty out your empty shells with no problem. They'll all come out at once if they're in a moon clip, but again, you don't have to use a moon clip. Some of the models from Smith & Wesson that are cut for moon clips, you do have to use the moon clip or the accuracy will suffer because the shell can wiggle around a little bit in each chamber. Not the case in the V-Comp. So if you want to use moons, great. If you don't, I use a regular Speed Bees speed loader to load all 8 rounds in under a second. Works great and maintains the same level of accuracy. So that's a pretty cool feature. So looking at this model, the lockup detent in the front of the crane, nice and tight. It's a smooth looker. The side without the cylinder release also reveals your ejector rod, so the shroud does cut all the way through. It's just a nice looking, nicely balanced machine, both visually and functionally. So I'm a big fan, obviously, and we'll take it out on the range when the weather improves and put a few downrange and see how show you how it really does handle anything you put in it and is right on target. So that is your 627 V-Comp. Gets that V name from the V shape of this unique full lug one-piece facade. Pretty cool. So feast your eyes, and next time you can see it in action. All right, let's just wait for better weather.